Dear Diary, it is February 1st already, Monday. There's so many times where I want to record because I have some mind boggling idea or something I want to talk about and I always forget. So I'm glad I have a moment today to just talk, kind of catch up. It's been a while. Um, so I guess recently I've been really trying to reorganize reorganize my life to focus on me. Um, I mean, the pandemic has hit all of us hard, but I think it also opened my eyes to a lot of things like we're all getting older. Um, Things like life is so short. I want to enjoy it. Well, actually, I want to love it too. Um, so I'm really glad that slowly but surely I'm focusing on me. Um, I am finally seeing a therapist. um, and it definitely will be a long journey. And I had a lot of obviously, obviously questions about it. One thing was like, I was trying really hard to find an Asian therapist who perhaps may or may not have similar backgrounds to me, like an immigrant who has parents that uh, may or may not be, typical Asian parents. And in one of my Facebook group last night, I read this guy was very brave and told his side of the story, talked about stigma in the Asian community of going to therapy. So I'm glad he talked about it. And I asked the question if finding an Asian therapist was important to him or not. He didn't answer yet, but he has like thousands of comments, so I doubt he'll get to me soon. Hopefully he'll get to me, but other commenters have actually commented. I'm actually very glad they spoke up about their experience. How one lady said she had the same fear as me, wanted the same thing, wanted a therapist that could relate to my background. She went through a few and eventually found one that it's like a white lady or something. And another person responded, same, similar general idea that um, basically we just have to find the right person that to click. Because what was interesting to me was in the show This Is Us when uh what is the black dude's name? When he went through a few therapists before he settled on the one. And that's something you don't see really much on TV. At least I haven't. Usually you just typically see someone sitting with one therapist and then they talk. And so that was an interesting concept for me. And so it gave me kind of an eye-opening view that it's okay if one therapist doesn't work out, you find another one. Um, but he also wanted a black therapist to kind of match. So like that also calmed me that like I'm not being crazy, wanting a certain specific you know type of therapist. Um, but anyway, so besides that, I'm definitely also doing my own part. A while back, like 2 years ago, I bought the self care reflection journal that in the morning you talk about your intentions, and at night you reflect upon it. And I was lacking on consistency. And oftentimes, if I forget a day or two or three, and eventually I just like forget it, since I forgot so many days, I'll just stop. So this time, I wanted to practice consistency because I don't want to give up on myself. I want to make sure I take care of myself. So I keep writing as much as I can. Sometimes if nighttime I forget to write it, then I will write it the next day. And I just fill in as much as possible. If I don't remember, I don't worry about it. I move on to the next day. I just keep going. And if I do remember 2 days from now, I mean, after 2 or 3 days, and I look back and I do remember, I fill it in. So I don't give myself too much grief for not doing something. But if I do remember, I will go back and do it. So that was definitely something that I'm happy about. I'm happy to be doing. So I also got online a couple of self-exploration journals. Those are guided journals, because I've noticed I used to do journals a lot when I was younger, but now as an adult, you're just too busy to be sitting there writing pages after pages. Anyway, so I really enjoy these guided journals because it'll give you prompts to think about, to write about. So I'm really happy about that. It took me a while to take the plunge, about like 2 weeks, because I'm like, I don't want to spend money on paper that I'm just gonna write and that's it. And I guess that's another topic for another day, that I can be very frugal, but at the same time, there are things that I could just spend money on, no problem. And that's a real struggle for me, but that's okay. Anyway, so I've been enjoying it. It is really fun, so I try not to do so many in one day, because you could just finish the book in one day. Yeah. Anyway, so I came upon this prompt 2 days now, and I can't get myself to write anything about it. And so last night, the second night, I couldn't write this prompt, and it made me start thinking, what's wrong with my life? Okay, so this one is, write down your favorite, most daring dream on a spare piece of paper. There's 2 more prompts, but I'm not going to follow that, because it asks you to put in a glass bottle and throw it in the ocean, which I think later on they said they don't advise you to, litter. Anyway, so write down your favorite, most daring dream on a spare piece of paper. Or dream. Your favorite, most daring dream. I couldn't write about it because, and I keep thinking, what's my dream? What is my most daring dream? So I reflect on it for 2 nights. Still don't have anything to write about. So last night I was getting to a point where I was kind of frustrated with myself, because that means I have no dreams. I do have dreams, I guess. My dream is to move closer to my sister. It's hard to achieve because housing market's not great. It's expensive as hell. Pandemic actually didn't affect that. So that's something, we're working towards. Saving more money, finding the right house, blah, blah, blah. But is that daring? That's not daring, I don't think. So besides that, okay, well, my other dream is to own my own business. I kind of done that. I did eBay. I sold on eBay fairly successfully during my college time, supported myself through college. So I guess I want like a bigger version of that. Is that daring? To me, it's not. So, like, I got stuck in this, like, so does that mean I don't push myself hard enough to dream bigger, scarier, more daring dreams? Or does that mean I have no fear and I just dream or want what I want? So I asked JR, but he just gave up silly answers. So I don't know. I'm like really stuck. Daring dreams. Like, oh, I wish one day I'd jump out of an airplane? No, I don't. That's not something I would do or want. So I'm really stuck. I don't know. And I wish, and I know this is just, it's for me. So it's not like somebody could tell me what to do or what to dream, or what to want. But it just, to me, it's just kind of like, is it because I'm not fully understanding language of this prompt? Because also Jer asked me the same question I was thinking, like, is it dream as the, like, dream when you go to sleep, or dream as in, like, a desire, a drive, which I think it's the drive, obviously, because this is what this book is about. So that's why I'm so stuck. Like, most daring dream. So, I don't know. I'm stuck. And that makes me worried, because now I'm worried, is it because there's not enough things that I want? So that means I have no drive. That means I have no burning desire to do better, which I'm worried. But, so last night, I spoke with one of my friend's sister and her husband in regards to fostering to adopt. Since they know we're going through it, they just want to get some insight. And at first I thought maybe just like a half an hour talk. It became to 2 hours. I think those that know me would know I love to talk. Hence, I'm talking to myself. Instead of writing a journal, I'm talking to myself. And after the talk, I was like so pumped up. Even like to a point where my stomach was all like tight. It's almost like a butterfly when you're nervous. But it's not, because it's not really affecting me in a bad way. But Jared's like, yeah, I could tell you're passionate. And he's like, it's good. Finally, you're finding something you're passionate about. So I'm really glad that this whole fostering to adopt journey has kind of opened my eyes, what I want it's like becoming a life passion. It's not really just career, it's a life passion where I am now finally, now that I'm almost 40, even though sometimes I feel like I'm still in my teens or early 20s, that I feel just so clueless, that I know finally I'm doing something good. Because I've always wanted to help people, and these people need our help, need my help. Not just the children, but those who takes care of the children, the foster families. It is not an easy task, like you would see on TV. I guess you could make it easy. Maybe those who don't have my mental battles like me could make it very easy. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad I get to self-reflect. Typically, I want to keep my recording under 10 minutes, but today was long. But that's okay. I'm glad I'm finally able to talk. Give myself a minute to talk, to think about these things. But I'm just glad. I wish I could grow my network. I still feel like even though I became part of this group, everyone is still so busy with their own things, own life. I'm not rooting myself, or they're not rooting themselves with me. So even though I'm so excited to find a new family, a new group, a new village to be in, at times I still feel very lonely. Definitely harder to make friends when you're young. I still remember my first ex said, "Oh, you know a lot of people. You have a lot of friends." So it's easy to make friends when you're little, but when you're older, it's hard to keep them because everyone's so busy. So, anyway, that's just me, my own internal struggle. Just gotta get over it. Like JR said, find a hobby. I guess my hobby now is to help people. Because it was Sunday, yesterday, at 12:30, and Jerry and I were just about to eat lunch, and I got a text on my work phone, and it was a youth mom that needed help, and I jumped right in. I told him to go ahead and eat so I could help this girl, and I didn't feel bothered. I didn't feel irritated. I just wanted to help. So it's a good feeling. But that's part of my job because there's no set hours, so anytime really. But I know like my boss and I think a few of my colleagues just choose not to work on Sundays, which is fine. And my boss told us is okay, but I just feel like if these people have the courage to reach out, then I want to be there. So hopefully this doesn't turn into all my previous jobs where it consumes me and I forget to take care of myself. So hopefully that's not the case, and I just need to remember to continue to take care of myself because it is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish, because if I don't take care of myself, I can't be there for others. My primary doctor, so long ago told me that, and I just was like, of course, I know. Huh. So young and dumb at the time. But it's okay. It's never too late to learn, and it's never too late to practice. So I'm glad I found an avenue to let out my feelings and thoughts. And yeah. Well, Jiggles Mel signing off. Such a long video.